they talking about Jaylen Brown future. So where did this come from?
Just because he had an interview and he was talking like he really wasn't liking Boston like that. He don't really like being a number 2 guy. But before I get into these 3 trade scenarios that I seen, I want to ask y'all this: Jaylen Brown, can he be a number 1 option on a conference finals team? Can he be a number 1 option? Whoever want to go first.
Uh,
I mean, you surround him with the right pieces. He's an elite level scorer. He top 10 in scoring points per game in the NBA right now, and a solid defender. So, I mean,
I feel
I know
like
it's more than that.
if I had to answer that, I had to answer honestly, yes, bro.
Yes. Right?
Repeat the question again.
Could Jaylen Brown be a number 1 option on a contending team if he did go somewhere else? See, yeah, it ain't that easy. It ain't that easy, bro. Because I was watching them against the Raptors the other day, and I'm going to go say this. Jaylen Brown, his playmaking will limit him as a number 1 option. Because if you look at all the number 1 options, what can they do if they get double teamed? If they get into a situation to where the defense is geared towards them, they can pass at a high level. Even Giannis Antetokounmpo average over 5 assists. You know what I'm saying? Like Jaylen Brown
is Steph Curry an elite playmaker?
Yeah.
He's not an elite playmaker, but he can play make and like
I mean, because if I'm
he's not
looking
an
at it
elite
like this,
playmaker, but
bro, like
he can play make better than Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is getting like 2 or 3.
I don't feel like that's something that's really asked a lot of Jaylen Brown is to give other people the ball. I mean, normally when the ball touches his hands, they're asking him to score. I'm not looking at Jaylen Brown as a player to where I'm asking him to play make. Now, of course, that role is going to change, and I definitely do feel like that's something that he'll get better at because, of course, you're going to get put in that situation a lot more. I mean, shit, we seen Devin Booker getting double, triple team and warm and just goddamn shoot arounds and shit. So, but of course, he was the number 1 option. I just feel like that's something that is clearly going to be something he gets better at. I mean, right now, who's the one that out of him and Jason Tatum, the better playmaker is Jason Tatum because they're going to double him before they double Jaylen Brown. That's just the fact. That's just what it is.
But sometimes a guy is just not a playmaker too, though. I think Jaylen
I
Brown.
get that, but at the
I
same
feel
time,
like
we haven't
having
seen it.
Tatum, but at the same time, we see it a lot. He gets to run his own unit in Boston. Like when Tatum's off the court, they stagger them to where they have their own units. Like when they're not playing together, they have their own units catered towards them. And when Jaylen Brown doesn't play, Tatum gets the full reign. When Tatum doesn't play, Jaylen Brown gets full reign. We done seen them on the court having to carry the offense by themselves. But my only thing is Jaylen Brown isn't as good a passer as a number 1 option should be, or that I would like for him to be. Because if you can't get over 3 assists, or because I seen him yesterday just throwing the ball away when they start bringing the traps.
So how
That's
about
the
this?
number
So
1
how about
option
this?
thing. That's number 1 option.
What are the projected trade destinations?
Okay, let's get into the trade.
Yeah, we can nip that in the butt right now.
Okay, so they got him going to the Houston Rockets. It's but it's a 3-team trade with Toronto, Boston, and Houston. So let me go through it. Boston will get OG Anunoby, Fred VanVleet, a first-round pick from Brooklyn, and a first-round pick from Brooklyn in 2026. Toronto will get Kevin Porter Jr., Sengun, a 2023 first-round pick from Houston. That's probably gonna be top 5, and a 2028 first-round pick from Houston. And then the Rockets will get Jaylen Brown. So how y'all feel about that trade? Boston getting Anunoby, VanVleet, Toronto getting KPJ and Sengun, and the Rockets getting Jaylen Brown.
That's nasty.
For who?
The Rockets had to get rid of too many of them young guns.
They only getting rid of 2.
Yeah,
Porter and Sengun.
I would prefer to keep KPJ.
Yeah.
and Jalen Green and Brown all together.
Yeah,
I like.
if you told me they was able to keep Porter Jr., then I was like, okay, you may have something there, but when you get
I don't,
rid of him,
I
that's
don't think
kind of
Boston
like
got that.
that's almost like you said. That's almost like unless you make some more moves, that's damn near like you setting that boy up for failure.
Who gon' if Boston do make that move, who gonna make up for Jalen Brown scoring?
I think in that
They
trade,
getting
I think they
OG.
supposed to be
They
getting
getting OG and
OG
Van
and
Vliet.
Fred Van Vliet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they getting OG and an Obi and Fred Van Vliet. So
So neither
I
one of
think they're
those
gonna be all
guys are
right.
gonna be able to replace his points, especially at the efficiency he's scoring at. That's what I'm saying.
But that makes them. They're still going to be a. Think about it. Now you got like 5 dudes outside of Tatum that can score, play defense, and Tatum is a legit #1 guy. He's been carrying for like the past 5 years when Jaylen Brown been in and out the lineup. And we'd have seen that Tatum can what he can do in the playoffs when he is the solo star. If you get him competent help, like if you add OG Anunoby, you add Fred Van Vliet, you add Malcolm Brogdon, you still got Derek White. You still got everything around Tatum. You just taking away Jaylen Brown, but you add in 2, 3 more pieces that can replicate what Jaylen Brown does.
Man, some of
Every
these
every
all
significant
these
run you talk
trades
about
are
that the
ugly,
Boston
bro.
Celtics made, Jalen Brown was there though. Every time Jalen
All of
Brown
these
wasn't there, they
trades
was
are
first
really
round
ugly,
exits.
bro. All
I
of these
mean,
trades are ugly. Like the one that, like the first one you did with the 3-team trade with Brooklyn and Houston and the Celtics is pretty fucking disgusting.
what about Trey?
Cause,
Trading him to Atlanta for Trey.
but I feel
It's,
like you would have to keep. I feel like
That'd be
almost
crazy.
all of those trades, you're getting rid of a piece that you need to keep. Like you send him to Houston, I feel like you got to keep Porter Jr. Junior. You send him to Atlanta, you got to figure out a way to keep the Dejounte Murray. You send him to goddamn me to the Grizzlies. I feel like one of them players one of the players you trading away, you got to keep
man,
one of. Well, no, I think the Grizzlies was the only one that I feel like would work because if you got if you got him, and if you got Jaren Jackson Jr. and if Steven Adams is still there, I feel like that's the only one that makes the most sense
Mm-hmm.
because
what?
because with that trade you're talking about getting rid of Desmond Bain, you're talking about getting rid of Brandon Clark and Tyus Jones.
I'll do
So
it for
that's
Jaylen Brown right now.
yeah
I'll do
that
that right
that
now.
tr- that that
I do
trade
that.
that
Memphis might be
trade
the
is the
best one.
only one that makes a lot of sense. And then you're saying that the Grizzlies get Jaylen Brown. Yeah, that's the only one that makes sense. The other two are kind of like eh. But if you telling me that I can get John Morant, Jaylen Brown, Jaren Jackson Jr., I still got Steven
Dylan Brooks.
Adams. I still got Dylan Brooks.
And then they got a lot
That
of
could
young pieces that can
Young pieces, yeah.
contribute to something.
that's the only trade that makes any type of sense to me.
I don't
I,
mind the DeJounte Murray, John Collins either. I think people underestimate what DeJounte Murray can do. I feel like if you put him in a
I'm
system where
not
he don't have
underestimating it,
Trey,
but
the
you feel
biggest
like he
turnover
gonna be able
machine,
to.
bad shot maker. I mean,
But
bad shot
you
taker.
feel
Go
like
ahead.
that him and Trey. You feel like just so you feel like him, Trey, and Clint would be enough.
Uh,
Like you got, bro.
Jaylen
Like, cause
Brown
my
and
thing
Trey
is,
Young will
if
make
you
some
gonna get rid
noise.
of the Dejounte Murray, you gotta keep John Collins.
No, you don't. You got Jalen Johnson over there. You got Onyeka Okongwu over there. No, the hell you don't. John Collins ain't did nothing in 3 years, man. My
I mean,
I
hey, he done, no, I mean, hey, I'm just speaking because hey, he helped my fantasy out. I may have lost, but he helped me
my
out.
my only thing is let me go back through the Memphis trade. You'll be giving up Tyus Jones, Desmond Bain, and Brandon Clark. I feel like that's the best of both for both teams because
Yeah,
you
that
add
Memphis
Desmond
trade.
Bain, yeah, you add
Mm-hmm.
Desmond Bain, Brandon Clark, and Tyus Jones to Jason Tatum and all them dudes. That is crazy.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
on the other side for Memphis, you add a legit two-way wing that can go get you buckets, and you don't have to just rely on Ja Morant.
Yeah.
And then you still would have your defense and Dylan Brooks and Jaren Jackson, and your defense will get even better with Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a win-win. I really wouldn't. I didn't mind getting Fred VanVleet for the Toronto, but I feel like that'll be bad for Houston. because it's like
It would be because you're literally relying on Jaylen Brown and Green, but it's
I don't
like I said,
mind.
you.
I
I
don't
don't
mind
mind
it.
DeJounte Murray. I don't mind DeJounte Murray either. I feel like all three of them valid. I feel like all three
But
trades valid.
Dejounte go, but in that trade, Dejounte is going to the Celtics though.
Yeah, DeJounte and Jason Tatum. I like that.
I'm just looking at the trade as a whole. Like the one that makes the most sense for all parties involved is that Grizzlies one.
So
Yeah,
where does that put Smart at then, DJ? If Murray is over there,
Smart been falling off. He gonna have to get in where he fit in. Like the way Smart been playing, because like I feel like I don't know what it is with him. I feel like he just not been playing as well. So, and I don't know. I feel like he's kind of falling off. So we not bringing in DeJounte because Smart here. That's basically what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
but so rank the trades. So everybody got Memphis 1.
I got
And then
I
Memphis
got Memphis
one.
one,
Atlanta too.
that Hawks one two, and that other bullshit. That Houston one sucked.
I feel like if Houston didn't have to give up their pick, it might be okay. But they've given up their first round pick too, along with Kevin Porter and another young guy in
I
Sengun.
mean,
That's
Houston
a
ain't
lot.
gonna have no choice but to give up that pick. We know Houston finna have a top five. These nigga, hell yeah, you finna get that up.
But they
I
gotta
don't think
keep. Then they gotta keep Kevin Porter then if they're giving up the pick because
Man, Houston
I don't
desperate.
think Jalen Brown and
Houston
Jalen
need to
Green
get
can
some
play
ass.
together.
Houston need to get some asses in that seat, in them seats.
yeah,
Houston desperate as hell.
I don't know. And then they giving up that top pick too. So that's probably a borderline top 5 pick, top 3 pick. Nah, I
yeah.
ain't giving up all that. Ain't giving up all that. And then I don't even think they can play with Jalen Green. I don't think Jalen Brown and Jalen Green can play together. There'll be two dudes that never pass the ball. They'll average six assists combined. So
Yeah, they ain't got no. They don't have a true facilitator out there, so I don't
yeah.
know.
So yeah, I wouldn't do that Houston one either. But
What if they get
yeah,
Harden to come back?
man, no, hey,
How much?
no, man, I won't even want Harden. I wouldn't even sign him. I wouldn't sign Harden if he wanted to come back as a free agent. No.
He said, "Hey, I want to finish my career here. Y'all gave me a
I ain't
team."
gonna stunt. Harden and Jalen Brown. No, never mind. I ain't gonna talk myself into it. No.
Yeah, you tried to though. Hey, you tried to. It's like, you know what, Harden? They was like, yeah, Harden became more of a facilitator. Yeah, I already know. It's all right, bro. It's okay. It's okay. It ain't crazy.
Do y'all think the Celtics could win a championship without Jalen Brown? With the Memphis Grizzlies trade package.
I do.
Possibly.
I do.
I think it
I
helped.
do.
They get
I
another
do
big.
because I still feel like that. I mean, we got to remember a lot of the. I think like what 2-3 players on their bench, they were starters on their other teams.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, the Boston really has players like because who they got Malcolm Brogdon and goddamn Danny White on their bench, don't they? They were
Yeah, Derek
starters.
White, Malcolm Brogdon.
Derek White, Malcolm
So
Brogdon.
if they get
Al
Tyus
Horford.
Jones, who on that point guard? Who minutes dropping?
I think they probably bring in Tyus Jones and either trade Tyus Jones or Marcus Smart. They'll have to move off one of those guards.
They got too many.
I
They
think-
got too many guards.
Who would you prefer to keep in that situation? Marcus Smart, because he's already familiar with that system.
No. I'm keeping. I ain't gonna lie. I'm keeping Brogdon and Derek White for sure. So I probably would get rid. I probably get rid of Tyus Jones and see if I can package him for something else because the Celtics don't really need his skill set. Really.
Yeah.